Hi, my name is Tiffany Diaz and I'm making this video as sort of an introduction to my channel. In this channel I'm going to be talking about disabilities, disability pride, awareness, ableism, what is ableism, ableist language, reasonable accommodations, accessibility, all that kind of stuff. And I'm going to start off by mentioning that I have a visual disability. I have a condition called albinism. With albinism, both of my parents need to have the gene, and there's always a 1 in 4 chance of one of your children having it. I was the one. And what it does is it causes a lack of pigmentation in my eyes, hair, and skin. So even though I'm Hispanic, I'm Puerto Rican, my skin is very fair, my hair is very, very blonde, not right now because I dyed it, but it's very blonde, and my eyes are light blue, like a bluish, grayish. So it also comes with the visual disability. Most of the time people with albinism are legally blind. So my visual acuity is 2400, which basically means that what sighted people, well, people with perfect vision, what they see at 400 feet away, I need to be at 20 feet up close. So it's a huge difference. I cannot drive, but I get around with Uber, Lyft, public transit, Greyhound if I'm going to like larger distances, and that's just how you get around. My vision, there are 4 main parts to it. There's nystagmus, photophobia, astigmatism, and myopia. I'm not sure if everybody has the astigmatism, but I do. I'm gonna break down what each one of those mean. So nystagmus is the involuntary movement of the eyes. So even though right now to me I'm looking straight at the camera, my eyes are moving involuntarily, constantly. With photophobia, it is extreme light sensitivity, so almost any kind of light hurts my eyes. Normally, if I go outside, I try to wear a cap or shades. Whether I'm inside or outside, the light bothers me, but it's worse outside. And it's kind of like if you were to shine a flashlight right onto your eyes, that's the way that it feels to me with just a little bit of light. And it diminishes my sight significantly. The other thing is myopia, which is just extreme nearsightedness. So I see very, very blurry. I wish there was something I could use as an example, but there's not, unfortunately. I've tried with a Ziploc bag before, using that, putting it over my eyes to see if I could kind of use that as an example for other people. It works pretty well, just depends on the Ziploc bag, but yeah. So astigmatism is a curvature in the eye. For me, it just makes things slightly blurrier than the myopia does. And the myopia, right, I mentioned extreme nearsightedness. I only have astigmatism in my right eye, therefore my left eye is slightly better. But really the difference is so slight. It's like you can't even notice it really. Unless I close one eye, I can't notice it. So that is albinism. There are 3 main types of albinism. There's oculocutaneous albinism, there's ocular albinism, and there's Hermansky-Pudlak syndrome. I have Hermansky-Pudlak syndrome, which is tied to oculocutaneous albinism. If you want to categorize them separately or together, it's up to you. There are different people do it in different ways, the way that they say it. And traditionally, when people think of albinism, they think of white hair, pink eyes, really, really pale skin. That's somewhat true. That is the case for people with oculocutaneous albinism type 1A. They don't develop any pigment for the most part at all. But With people with ocular albinism, they have regular pigmentation, just like anybody else would have, but their eyes are affected still. Um, and then with Hermansky-Pudlak syndrome, you have a couple of different health issues that come along with it. The most common, I guess, would be a platelet dysfunction. Your platelets have a slight deformity, therefore you don't clot as easily as other people would. There are a couple of other things that go into Hermansky-Pudlak syndrome, but I'm not going to get into it. The highest prevalence of Hermansky-Pudlak syndrome is actually in Puerto Rico. I suppose it's because it's such a small island that the genes just kind of stay in there, but that's a pretty cool fact. So yeah, that's the rundown of what albinism is, and I already went through what I want this channel to be for, which is disability pride and advocacy, and I'm really looking forward to it. So if you know anybody that has a disability, any kind of disability, it would be great if they could watch my videos. I'm going to be talking about a whole lot of things, not just things that have to do with visual disabilities, but hopefully videos that can help anybody out. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.